These two characters that I'm going to talk about in this video need no introduction. None other than Batman and Superman. The first thing you need to realize about Batman and Superman is how old they are. They were written right after the Great Depression, so just about every alliteration that you finally grew up with was already a well thought out and explored version of it. With Superman, the progression of his powers, he is faster and stronger than a locomotive and can jump tall buildings in a single bound. Yes, there was a time when Superman could not fly, use X-ray vision, heat vision, nor could he use frost breath. The story of Superman is of an overpowered alien coming to Earth as a child, pushing himself constantly through his limits, breaking through self-imposed human limitations. This remind you of someone else that we know? Something that gets lost in translation somehow with the newer versions of Superman is that he develops these powers out of necessity to overcome that of adversity to get a job done. Like a man, hence the name Superman. He doesn't just get handed all these powers at once and then behaves like an overpowered child playing in an oversized sandbox. It comes off juvenile in my opinion. This progression in his powers is something that needs to be conveyed over time. One of the reasons why Superman has always done better as a TV show versus a movie. On the other hand, Batman is the opposite. He has been given powers in the comic books in very different forms, usually as a lantern ring or some type of suit. For example, the Justice Buster, Hellbat, Batman Beyond suit, just to name a few. But the truth be known, Batman within his own universe doesn't need such powers to face his villains. His villains don't have any powers. Mostly cutthroats, murderers, thieves, mobster-esque type characters. Batman not having the progression in his powers, his progression comes off in his character. This progression in his character mostly happens in his origin story. One of the main reasons why every alliteration of Batman always focuses heavily on his origin, which a lot of people are sick of seeing. But once the origin story is concluded, Batman becomes a finished product. In some ways, an action-packed version of Sherlock Holmes, using nothing but his martial art prowess, his gadgets, and his wit to outsmart and overtake his enemies. Nowadays, these characters, in order to be made fresh and new, are being reinvented, but this is a mistake. They try to make them gay or black, make them something more interesting. But the way to truly make these characters interesting is not by doing these things, but by introducing new villains for them to fight and have to adapt to. For example, like Chuck Dixon did with Bane. You might say, well, Sea Salt, if you think you can write a better story and do better, how about you do it yourself? I wanted to tell you that you're a day late and $1 short, because I've already done that. It's a work in progress. If you like what you see and hear, you already know what to do. Press those buttons and stay salty. Sea Salt. Peace.